You've mastered your last twisty puzzle and you're ready for the next challenge. But what puzzle should you learn to solve next? There are so many different types. Well, of course there are no rules as to what you can and can't buy next, but when browsing puzzles, it may be useful to consider the level of difficulty and similarity compared to other puzzles you may already have. For those beginning their speed solving journey, the 3x3 cube or original Rubik's Cube is highly recommended. This is because this cube is the foundation of speedcubing as a whole. It is by far the most popular puzzle and uses concepts seen in many other puzzles. This means that if you can solve a 3x3, many other cubes will be significantly easier to learn. Another thing about this cube is the huge variety of solving techniques, methods, and tricks to be explored with it. There are always new challenges, like the particular technique behind solving it blindfolded. Other puzzles of course have some variety in their solving techniques, but not quite as much as the 3x3. After the 3x3, the next most popular puzzles are the 2x2, Pyraminx, and Skewb. What makes these attractive to newer cubers is its simplicity, while still requiring a new approach to the solution, as they are still fundamentally different puzzles. Being familiar with the 3x3, you'll notice a good amount of similarity in the 2x2 and slightly less in the Pyraminx and Skewb, because as you can see, the axes on which the puzzles turn are completely different. It will take a short while to wrap your head around, but despite that, they will all be relatively quick to learn because they require fewer steps and algorithms than the 3x3. In fact, some of the professional solvers in these events can take a single look at the cube and know their entire solution, start to finish. For those that hate the memorization aspect of speed solving, these three puzzles are quick and easy to master, at least compared to some of the other puzzles that speedcubers commonly own. Higher order cubic puzzles, which include the 4x4, 5x5 and so on, are also quite popular. These cubes appear to turn the same way as the 3x3, just that they have more layers to them. These higher order puzzles will add complexity to the 3x3 because new types of pieces are introduced. Take this 4x4 for example. A 3x3 has centers, edges and corners, but moving up to a 4x4, you now have 4 times the number of center pieces, which can also move around, edges that can split into 2, and regular corners. Higher order puzzles are good challenges for those wanting to take their skills a little bit further. However, it is strongly recommended that you can solve a 3x3 cube first before taking on the bigger guys. A big misconception regarding these puzzles is that the higher order you go, the more difficult it becomes. After learning the 4x4 and 5x5 cubes, this is effectively not true because although more pieces must be solved, the process in which you solve them is the exact same as a 4x4 or 5x5. And so the solve will simply take longer rather than become more difficult. Delving into the slightly less popular, but still common among speedcubers who compete in WCA competitions, are puzzles like the Megaminx, Square One, and Rubik's Clock. The Megaminx is a 12-sided puzzle, adding a unique twist to speed solving, as have the other oddly shaped puzzles, but in regard to difficulty, is quite simple, as the main concepts are very similar to that of the 3x3. Your competence as a 3x3 solver is closely linked to your ability to intuitively solve the Megaminx. 3x3 knowledge alone will not allow you to solve the Megaminx, however, as there are just a few new algorithms required for the last layer. The number of pieces makes this puzzle for some a little tedious, but others enjoy the new possibilities it offers. The Square One and Clock are typically some of the last puzzles that a speedcuber will come to learn. The turning restrictions of the Square One makes it a difficult puzzle to solve, and for both puzzles, the knowledge and experience gained from other cubes are virtually useless. They are kind of in their own lane in regard to theory and turning style, making them each one of the few puzzles that don't complement the knowledge gained in any other puzzles. So, for those speedcubers who have the confidence and are up for the challenge, they are great puzzles to give a go. Beyond all of the World Cube Association recognised puzzles, which naturally are most common among puzzle solvers, there are plenty of other twisty puzzles offering unique turning possibilities and different solving methods. You will find some puzzles that may look very complex but in fact aren't, like the Fisher and Mirror cubes for example. They are 3x3 shape mods, which means they fundamentally function exactly like a 3x3, but rather than using colours to identify a piece's correct position, it uses a piece's shape or appearance. In summary, twisty puzzles are preferred for a variety of reasons. Some for their simplicity and popularity, like the 2x2, Pyraminx and Skewb. Some puzzles are a bit more difficult, but use familiar concepts to previous puzzles, like a 4x4 or Megaminx. And some puzzles are wanted for a challenge, like a Square One or Clock. which are unique puzzles as they require unfamiliar concepts. Beyond the WCA puzzles, you will find countless challenges. Cuboids, shape mods, and other differently shaped puzzles with unique turning can bring new concepts into the twisty puzzle world, allowing you to really have fun with cubing, whether the puzzle be easy or hard. So we hope this helps you to make a decision. Thank you for watching.